So welcome back everyone, and this is episode 25, which I find amazing that we were able to get to 25 episodes in this world, and it has come along fantastically. I've enjoyed every moment of making videos for you, and I look forward to making more as we go along. But in today's episode, I want to do one final world tour, as 1.18 will be coming out. As of time of recording, it will be coming out tomorrow. And if you don't know, 1.18 improves the seed generation and creation of the world. So the mountains will be higher and they will look amazing. And the caves, there are 2 new types of caves. And they also look amazing. And there is a way of keeping this world and updating it to the new version. But I think I don't want to do that, because I feel like if I was to work into a new world, I'd want to move and start a new base in this new terrain. And I think it would be weird to be in a world with this base plus another base. And so I think it's going to be a nice new start, fresh start in 1.18 for us. But today, I want to close this series off by showing you around, showing you the progress we've made. And I also want to show you how amazing 1.18 is going to look by taking the seed of this world and putting it into 1.18 to see what kind of terrain generation there is. So stay tuned for the end, where I'll be showing you this seed in 1.18. But for now, let's have a look what we were able to build in this season. Now, there were lots of parts of this world that we never really finished up. Like, we still have the outside of our new bedroom doesn't look fantastic, but the starter area down here at the bottom I think looks really nice, with the leaves overhanging, with the glow berries, and this kind of hobbit built-in style. I think it looks pretty nice. It just looks pretty, right? And I think that that's probably my favorite part of this world, is all the little details that have come in and added, like these bushes, the berries behind, the detailing on this path that leads up to it, this kind of shrub as well. I think all the little details kind of making this world feel more alive. On the inside, I really still like this. I like our little fireplace with the kind of smoke going up, and this little sofa and carpeted area. I think this deep slate with this wood combination looks really nice, and I'm happy with how the candles turned out. This kind of book area looks pretty nice, and the kitchen. I think the kitchen area looks pretty good. I think one thing in future, I would like to have more separated rooms rather than this kind of open plan style that we have here. And here on the wall we have our area map, and as you can see, we have kind of focused on this one area, and I think it looks great, but we had so much more that we could have done. And I think one other thing that I missed in this world is setting up an actual map room where we could set this up, so it's not just in our kitchen lounge area. As we come down here, we have one of our first builds in this area, which is the storage space, which, funnily enough, I thought we would run out of space-wise, but we never actually did. And I still think this looks pretty nice with the overhanged area. Could have probably added a bit more texture to the ceiling looking at it. The walls and the floor are textured well, and then you get to the ceiling and it's just kind of forgotten, I guess. I still like this area down here. And it's still useful. We still have storage space, very easily organized, and doesn't really need to be automated in this size of single-player world. As we can continue with the house tour, we have this kind of area before we go upstairs with a little kind of bench and a couple of torches and candles and flowers, just to add a bit more life in. And as we come up here, we have our enchanting area, which I am very happy with. This area looked really nice and was also pretty useful. We got a lot of our tools here, all of our tools. We have a stack and a bit of diamonds left, plus all these books that we never ended up using. And this view out into our swamp area is pretty nice, I think. Just like our bedroom area, I could have terraformed this a bit more, but yeah, it is what it is. We get through the area we get through in this version, and I really like it with the gems and everything here. Looks pretty cool. As we continue along this hallway, yeah, more detail, more lighting that isn't just torches would be fantastic. And as we go in here, we have our little brewing area, which is actually finished with our nether wart and the candles and the torches. This was useful, especially when we went to fight the Ender Dragon. If you missed that episode, we used our slow falling, and just as our last slow falling ran out, we got chucked up in the air. So I'd recommend going back and looking at that. That was a fun episode to make. And in the house, our latest build is this bedroom. And this bed area I am super happy with around here. I went back in and added a bit more of a darker block along the bottom to kind of counteract the white, and I still like the accents of green and the wood around it. I think this area looks fantastic. We have our kind of little storage area here underneath this balcony, plus a little wardrobe, which the detail wise we could still improve a little bit. And we have our balcony here. I got rid of our desk that was over here. It just kind of blocked the door, and I don't think it was working. Yeah, so I do feel like there's a missing area here. But you know what? Maybe I'll come back and do a little bit here as part of a Build It Better series in improving this room. And we come up here into our balcony. I like the balcony. I like the view, even though we could have made it a bit more pretty, but I love this view, and it's a great spot to see our full area, including a goat in our fields. Now, one of the bits that I enjoyed the most of this series was building up this land around this area. We started with just these fields out here, and we kind of brought it to life with all the detail and decor in here, and I'm super happy with this detailing section around here, around these farms and around this greenhouse. Now, the greenhouse itself as a build, I was very happy with. Unfortunately, something happened to our bees and we kind of lost them. But inside, I do enjoy the overgrown feeling of it all and this kind of greenhouse look. I'm very happy with this build as well. Now, as part of this decor around here, we build up our barn over here with our cows and our sheep on the other side. And yeah, I enjoyed this build as well. I think practically we could have used it a bit more, but it was a little bit of a different style. This kind of Endermen seem to be everywhere today. This kind of farm house area and marketplace area where you can come in and see the stalls. I quite like that. It is loud around here, so I haven't spent too much time. But I've really enjoyed the storage area, and I really enjoyed this. Was probably one of the first bigger builds that I did in this world. I'm not really up for building I've not really known for building huge builds around here, but this one's probably one of the biggest ones I've done. Now, one area I don't think I actually showed off on camera was the detailing I did in this little water source cave lake area. Now, on the bottom I would have liked to place some of this dirt with soul soil just to make it look a little darker and muddier, but inside the cave I was super happy with this. We got the rooted dirt, or the roots from the rooted dirt, on the top. We have our glowberries and a mix of cobblestone, andesite and everything, and I just think it looks cool with the water sources flowing out of the walls. And yeah, very happy with this part. As we continue up through our farmlands, we come to our windmill, and this windmill, very happy. Followed a tutorial and I think it came out pretty nicely. Got a bit more detailing we could have done around, especially with the kind of adding in some kind of coarse dirt to make it more used. And inside, well, it's just empty. I like building useful builds in this game, and I kind of built this one a little too late in the series to get use out of it, but it's still a pretty build. And from here in the distance you can see our Nether Portal, and as you come down these paths you kind of get a bit more of a view into this portal. And I had originally talked about building a bridge over to it, but we never actually got around to that, which is a shame. And as I've said, there are items in this world that I never finished that I would have liked to. But yeah, this kind of this kind of area coming out of the ground, mixing in some of the nether with some of the overworld textures, I was very happy with this. Probably my second favorite thing in this world is this tree and the area below it. Now this was probably my biggest, kind of tree that I've built. And yeah, I think I learned a lot making this tree with regards to the shape of it as well. And I'm looking forward to building a few more in up and coming series. But as you drop down from the tree, this kind of deep slate area down here with a couple of farms is still looking fantastic every time I come down here and into this area here. Now this area I think is probably one of my favorites. I love all this kind of greenery and overgrown look. I've really got into the overgrown look this series. And of course we have our melon and pumpkin farm over this side, which is doing great, and our sugarcane farm over this side, which is also doing fantastic. We do have this geode in here that we've kind of dug out, but we never really used. I never got into these blocks this year, or this release, but maybe in future releases we'll play around a little more with those gem blocks. And as we come down here, we come into our spawner area, and this hallway, continuing with the deep slate and the wooden look, I like this one quite a lot. And our spawners, I really enjoy these spawners, and you will probably see these be reused quite a lot by me in future series, because XP is super useful. I didn't really use the spider one as much, but the skeleton one, very, very useful. And the design with the accents of copper look pretty good to me. A chandelier is missing from here. We did talk about doing that, and we never got round to it. But yeah, I like this area. I've spent a lot of time in here, as you can see, grinding out resources and XP. And we work into the last area of our kind of main base starter area, and that is this kind of swampy path that leads to our mine and our resource farm with our little mountain. Now, don't look at the back of the mountain and don't really look to the left. But if you focus just on this side, well, I think it looks pretty nice. Just don't look over there. Yeah, we have our little mountain or mining area down here, which I think is looking pretty nice. I kind of finished up a lot of areas. The mining for me is just kind of, I always find it hard to decorate the full mine, so I thought I would just decorate this kind of leading in area and just don't look down these parts, and it still looks good. One thing I don't like about this though is I feel like it's just a little flat, and I think if I was to come back in and do this again, I would add a bit more depth to the flooring, maybe using some slabs and steps just to add some depth. And also add a little more color to it, because it's just kind of dark on the bottom and wood on the top with a bit of both on the sides. But I think it could do with adding one or two colors, maybe some of the more colorful concrete or a terracotta block, just to break it up and make it look a little different. And our latest build is up here. Now you can see the shulker boxes are still here from where we were building it, but this farm has come in, and I think it's looking pretty nice. I think it's looking pretty nice. And as we come down here, we come into our quite useful at the end. We did build it quite late on in the series, but it was a fun challenge and a fun exercise in redstone stuff as well for me. I think in future I would build this sort of thing sooner in the series, so I could get the actual usage out of it all. But for now, we'll take the gunpowder and we'll use that to fly. So from the very top of our little mountain range here, we get a very nice view. Just hope the goat doesn't knock me off. Again, a very nice view of our area. And from this view, I want to ask, what was your favorite build in this section of our world? For me, I really like all the detail actually, and I feel just adding in these extra farm up to the windmill really just brought this area together and makes it feel lived in. And I really also enjoyed these little bridge designs that we put together. They're very simple, very small, but very effective, I think, in kind of adding a bit more interest and detail to the world. I would probably reuse this design going forward, or something based off that design. So apart from this area, we also had our village area, which normally I would use the Nether to travel to, but for one final time, let's fly over there with our rockets. So let's land a bit over here and get a nice view from a distance of this village. I think the transformation of this village from the standard Minecraft village into this kind of sandstone and brick build area has been pretty fun. It was fun to do. There are more details I would have liked to add to finish things up, and I would have loved to clear these trees, but also work on a more interesting Nether Portal setup. But overall, I really did enjoy the couple of episodes we spent here building this village up. For me, the two parts that really stood out in this were this kind of promenade area that we never really finished, but with these market stalls down by the seaside. I would have loved to get a more port-based kind of build going here with a few ships and a few dock areas around here. I think that would have really just added to it. But this stone on the seafront was a nice touch I enjoyed doing. And of course, in the village main part itself, I enjoyed the first build we did with this farmland area, and really see kind of this farmland, apart from the villagers destroying it all, and the golem and the sheep. Interesting. I really enjoy this kind of farmland kind of area that's a bit more loose than kind of standard blocky Minecraft can be. So yeah, I guess same question with this village as with our main area. Is for you, what were your favorite builds or favorite parts of this? I'd love to know, not just here, but also favorite parts of this series. I've thoroughly enjoyed this series. I've enjoyed seeing all the support, the comments, the views. It has been amazing to see. When I started off doing this, I really wasn't sure how long I would go for, what people would like, and if people would even like watching it. But I'm so happy that I took the step out and made these videos, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far. But this is sadly the end of this season, which I'm going to call season 1. We got to 25 episodes. We defeated the dragon. We built up this village. We built up our area. There are things that we haven't done in this world. There are areas that I would have liked to keep building in. There are bastions that we could have raided. There's a water temple over there just in the distance that we could have done. We never fought the wither. We never finished our geode farm builds. But I think overall it is a great time to get into Minecraft and a great time to move on from this series. If you didn't know, 1.18 is coming out. As of the recording of this episode, it will be out in a day or two. It's coming out on the 30th of November. When this video is out, it will be already out. But the terrain has been changed. And that is what I would like to show you now. So I'm going to take the seed from this world and create a brand new 1.18 world from the same seed, just to see how incredibly different it will look out. So the village will probably be gone. Our starter area might even not be spruce anymore. So let's see what changes 1.18 is bringing into Minecraft. So this is the seed if you would like to see the 1.17 or even what it looks like in 1.19. But we're going to create this world and we are going to see what fun stuff we have in store for us in 1.18 in our future series. Oh, this world is mocking us. After spending so long looking for a jungle, the same seed brings us and spawns us in a jungle. Yeah, just checked. It is the same seed, but yeah, a jungle by the waterfront. Now we're in creative mode here, so we can fly around and get a bit of an extra big look in this world. But so far, yeah, jungle was something we looked for so long and never found it. Now this update is the Caves and Cliffs update. So let's see if we can find any fun caves and cliffs. And straight away, we see an azalea tree, which in the 1.18 version were not spawnable. 1.17, sorry, were not spawnable. In 1.18, they are spawnable. And it highlights that underneath here is a lush cave, one of the new cave types. So let's go see what we would have had for a cave type on spawn. So we come down here into the lush cave area, and my goodness, apart from all the creepers, but this waterfall looks pretty nice with some tropical fish in it. Wow. And a geode right there, and some more lush cave coming down here. Oh wow, okay, lush cave into a abandoned mine shaft. So this would have been quite a fantastic little spawn, I think. The lush caves look amazing, and these kind of huge caves also are pretty cool all the way down. Wow. So if you didn't know, they've raised the level from the top, so the max level and the kind of min level have been dropped, so we can go below 0, and these kind of opened up caves all the way down is pretty fantastically fun, I think. Lots of exploration, and that's one of the main reasons that I want to upgrade and move on to a new world. I said at the very beginning of starting this, but exploration is something I enjoy in Minecraft, and just seeing what could have been right by our spawn is has kind of made my decision, or just, I think in my opinion, it's justifying my decision to upgrade. Look at what we could be getting in the new version depending on where we spawn. This lush cave system, oh wow, huge lush caves. Oh yeah, this looks pretty cool. And yeah, I guess this is as good a time as any to kind of discuss what will be going on in future. So, oh gosh, this is the biggest lush cave I've seen. I kind of want to do a world in this seed now, because this is incredible. My goodness. We have a kind of flooded cave here into another huge kind of watery lush cave. Oh, this place is huge. Wow. Okay. These Spore Blossoms are new in 1.18. They can be spawned with these particle effects, and they can really add to the build. You see all these kind of particle effects around it. Look fantastic, I think. I've been invited to a multiplayer server where we'll be playing on as a group of friends together, and I am looking forward to it. The plan is, because I didn't get a jungle this season, is to get a jungle going forward. Oh wow, look at this. This would have been a fantastic place to build, I reckon. We're going to be kind of working together as a group and kind of building some really fun and interesting projects in this multiplayer world. And I would still like to continue with the kind of Build It Better series that I started out. Really kind of teaching some more of the basics and improving my own skills as I go along. And so I'll look forward to that series. I'll link the playlist if I remember to do it. But yeah, look out for that series as we go forward. So yeah, not only did this jungle spawn with lush caves, but we also had a jungle temple, or we would have also had a jungle temple and bamboo to make this build a little bit easier going forward. But this would, I think, have been an incredibly fun place to build in, with a village just over here to the right to get our kind of trading and villagers a little closer than we had in this. But as you can see, rendering in slowly into the distance is some of the new mountainy areas, and I believe this might be a shadowed savanna. I'm not too sure, but it's showing the capabilities of Minecraft. Wow, as it renders in, this is an interesting mountain here. So not just the deep new caves, but there are also bigger mountains and cliffs, and this one that I've found here looks particularly massive. It also has a pillager outpost on it. But yeah, wow, let's go take a look. Now, I think this is one of the big changes, right, is the terrain being rendered this tall. And I think, wow, as we go through the cloud layer, look at these mountains. We have our frozen variant over here with all the ice and the snow. And yeah, imagine the sort of builds you could do in here without having a huge amount of terraforming to do. Like, look at this. Wow. Huge area. Big snowy castle would be perfect to build here, I reckon. Would be pretty hard to kind of scale this in the early game, but the rewards for building up here would be a fantastic castle and area. So we're back at our little spawn area. I wanted to bring you back into the Lush Cave to finish it, but I have just spotted over here a nice little alcove, which I think would be worth showing off, but you could build little houses around this kind of water area, and I think that would look fantastic. But for now, yeah, I think that's about it for this episode. So I will leave you in this amazing Lush Cave area, and I want to say thank you so much for joining me and all of the support in this series. And I am super looking forward to seeing where this channel will go and where it will grow in the next version of Minecraft. So if you have enjoyed this episode and this series, please do leave a like, and if you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you for another adventure soon. Bye bye.